Welcome to the Stories of Christmas podcast. My name is MyLinda Butterworth, and I will be your teller of tales in this festive season. Today, we hear a Cherokee origin legend about a gift that the Great Spirit wanted to give the species of tree who could stay awake for 7 days, and why the evergreens are forever green. When all the trees on earth were newly made, the Great Spirit wanted to give each different species he created a gift. But first, there was a contest to see which gift would be the most useful and to whom. "I want you to stay awake and watch over the earth for 7 days," said the Great Spirit to all the plants and trees. The young plants and trees were so excited to be trusted with watching over the earth that they had no trouble staying awake the first night. The trees all chatted with each other and talked about what the future held for them. They all wanted to be given a special gift from the Great Spirit, and they all intended to stay awake. During the day, it was easy to stay awake because the sun was up and she was bright and she was warm. As the second night came, it became a bit harder, and just before dawn, the sourwoods could no longer keep awake and they nodded off. Knowing that the sourwood trees had failed before dawn of the second night made all the trees aware of how easy it was to fail. So all during the daylight hours, they stretched their limbs toward the sun and soaked it all in, trying to prepare for the next night. On the third night, the trees whispered to each other in the wind to keep themselves awake. But even so, the dogwoods dozed off. The trees began to challenge each other in ways only trees can in an effort to stay awake all 7 nights. Nobody wanted to displease the Great Spirit, but it became harder and harder to stay awake. On the 4th days, the maples slept. On the 5th night, the beeches. On the 6th night, the mighty oaks fell asleep, just as the sun peeked over the horizon. 7 whole days had passed, and only one species of trees had remained awake. They were a bristly bunch with needles and spines instead of leaves. The pine, the spruce, the fir, the cedar, the holly, and the laurel stood tall when the Great Spirit arrived, because they had managed to persist to the very end. The Great Spirit was very pleased. "You have great strength," he said, "great loyalty. You shall for all time be the guardians of the forest." Ever since that time, while other trees lose their leaves and sleep through the long, cold winter, the evergreens keep a vigilant watch over the earth. And here is where I end my tale for today. But I'll be back with more stories. Many more stories. Thanks for joining me today as we explore stories from around the world. If you enjoyed these stories, please let us know by subscribing and liking us. For more stories like this one, check out the book Crazy About Christmas, available online everywhere. Until then, enjoy everything this season has to offer. Merry Christmas.